questions, even if they're not related to what we're currently talking about, just ask.
Interrupt.
I do incorporate, and then the parts where I disagree with him, I will highlight that. Travis's seminars are fairly consistent, fairly easy to follow through, and towards the end, I'll talk about where me and Travis disagree, but there's a big chunk of what Travis talks about that I do incorporate. Most of this has to do with the difference between both Devin and Travis are very tall, super heavyweight arm wrestlers. I'm a very short middleweight arm wrestler. So that's where our training programs and our training strategies disagree. Because if you're tall, if you got one of the longest arms and the biggest hands in your weight class, you have a lot of avenues open to you when you are the shortest guy in the class pulling him, okay? So the way me and Travis would approach a tournament would be completely different. Let's see, what else? Is there anything you need to know immediately? You guys got to get comfortable with me because I know in an hour you're going to be interrupting me all the time. All right, then I'm going to tell you, if you learn nothing else from this, all right, what will make this whole seminar worth your while is, I see, since I don't recognize a lot of you, I assume you're newcomers. I know you're new because you got that look on your face.
Yeah, that's pretty new. Yeah.
You two are both new. You, I'm not sure about. You're new?
I know I want to cover that over.
We're going to do that right now. I'm just trying to figure out who has pulled more than 5 years.
I'm at 5 years.
You're at 5 years and I never heard of you? Oh, dude, you should have came to my seminar a long time ago. Oh my God. Listen, okay, I'm gonna jump to the elbow pain in a second. When you are first getting into arm wrestling, all right, the people ask me all the time, how long does it take to be good? Well, I get a lot of questions from older people because I'm an older person. If you are just starting out today and you are in a weight class that's 175 or less, it will take you about 3 to 4 years of dedicated hard work to be a national level puller. If you are a super heavyweight puller, you can take a year or two off that. So it will be 2 to 3 years to win a national championship at super heavyweight versus say 154. The 154 class is stacked. It's the talent is so deep that it's just so much harder to get good at the lower weight classes. In the super heavyweight vacuums up all the people that should be middleweights and lightweights, but they got too many cupcakes on them. So the talent just it fades off so quick. But our famous super heavyweight arm wrestlers get all kinds of love because they are super heavyweight arm wrestlers, okay? We will cover whether we want to train for excellence over victory later, but the super heavyweights, that's just where everybody, that's where all the love is, okay? So, 2 to 3 years to be a national champ at middleweight, lightweight, 3 to 4 at the middleweight, lightweight, 2 to 3 at the super heavyweight class. Elbow pain. You beginners that are just starting out, your elbow pain comes from a couple of different things. First, you're just not used to it, but in most cases, your elbow pain's coming from, it's the eccentric motion that creates muscle soreness. So if you're arm wrestling and if you're a beginner and people are just teeing off on you and you're locked up and they're ripping you down, that's where your elbow pain's coming from. It's small tears in your tendons, it's stretching out your contracted muscles. And we will cover practicing philosophy later. But you guys, and I know I don't have to tell Randy this, but Randy, do not beat up your beginners, okay? You need your beginners to keep coming back to make your team stronger, all right? Arm wrestling's weird in the fact that it's an individual sport, but it takes a whole effing team to make you the individual so good. And if your beginners stop showing up, all of a sudden you got nobody to train with, okay? Stop ripping open your beginners, okay? And we'll talk about training ladies later. But when it comes to weight training and outside table time, I train women exactly the same way I train men, and I train lightweights the same way I train heavyweights, except for the fact if you have to cut weight, we have to adjust that training a little bit, because if you don't have to cut weight, you've got a lot of extra time to build muscle mass and work capacity, and you can get that volume. But if you have to cut weight, you don't want to add a whole bunch of weight to your chest or your legs, which aren't helping you win arm wrestling matches. Okay?